getting back to the Bethesda taking chances and changing their formula stuff, that was the thing that surprised me most about this game. Is every other Bethesda game, pretty much ever since they started, has been like a change in the formula, or every main one anyway. And this one, I knew what I was going into. I had a pretty good idea what I was going into with, you know, Bethesda in general, dealing with Fallout, so I wasn't disappointed. But I was surprised at how much this game was like Skyrim.
That's a good point. I said the same thing in like my Elder Scrolls series, is that, you know, I've always been optimistic at the past, but this is a game where they're starting to hit more on the same Skyrim formula. I don't know though. I actually think that some of the responses to this game might push them in a new direction, and I'm excited to see what that is.
Oh yeah, I hope so.
I don't know.
I just think that they need to stop experimenting. I think they need to stop experimenting with the Elder Scrolls games to see what they should be doing with the Fallout games, because I think people have pretty clearly identified they expect different things from both franchises.
Yeah,
I think that's really the biggest takeaway here.
Here on the left, if you look through this grate to the left, that is the room Kellogg spawns in.
We're busy killing synths.
He's not in there now. He doesn't spawn until, you know, this is like in another game. Oh, maybe you could pick these doors open and like ambush him when he's not expecting, or plant some landmines or some shit. But no, they deliberately have you go by him and you can't do anything about it. I don't even think the doors are interactive. Like, you're not allowed to notice there are doors.
The doors open up after he dies, I believe.
Yes.
Or, no, there's like a computer terminal.
Where's the other synth I killed? There it is.
So, was the original vision for synths, or these synths, to be like a Terminator parody?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Because they kind of have that vague endoskeleton look, kind of.
Yeah.
I just can't figure out why else they're in here, because they don't have anything to do with the lore. Like, the evolution of synths isn't really touched on, and they also aren't really like an early version of synths to try to pass themselves off as people. They're all just the same sort of beige.
But they look like skeletons, and I like killing skeletons in my Elder Scrolls. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Every time
it's like Skyrim with guns.
Every time I forget, Josh, until you go into bats, that you're wearing a chef's hat. Which I think is a problem, actually, because you don't steal and do drugs nearly enough to be a chef.
Wow, that's chef-sist.
I've got a newsboy cap.
Don't chef shame.
Which I think is just...
Chris, actually, have you ever read, like, a chef-like memoir? Like a memoir from someone who's worked in, like, the cooking industry? Oh, they're pretty much all solid gold. It's like every like, fancy kitchen in America is full of a bunch of people who've, like, split their time between prison and just, like, some alleyway somewhere with a bottle, who have 1,000 tattoos, 200 scars, have personally killed a man with their thumb, and also they happen to be very passionate about Blaze.
Needs your expertise.
You're gonna piss off a lot of chefs out there watching this, Rutskarn. I hope you're prepared for those kinds of people coming after you.
The Chef's Guild is gonna be pissed, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Pretty sure the only thing that terminal does is allow you to unlock this door. Except the terminal is an expert terminal, and this door is a novice lock.
Yeah.
So they put the
doesn't mean Josh doesn't have trouble with it.
Hacking version of unlocking this door behind a terminal that not everyone can hack, and locked it with a lock that you cannot not unlock. Like, there's no point where you can't lockpick novice locks. Okay,
listen,
anyway,
no
assuming that's
Raiders
actually what that does.
I think Nick is tired. I think we should take a break, because Nick keeps sitting down.
But I found a cooking pot.
I actually like that, though. Like, in Fallout New Vegas, there's actually a mod so that your companions act normal in places instead of just stand right behind you creepily.
Oh, yeah.
So I actually don't mind at all.
No, I love it. I think it adds a great deal just to the world. To just show them, like, dude, like, one of the...
Where am I?
I think every Fallout game has had a mod where your companions will randomly smoke. Like,
I'm
people
hitting the
want
back.
You were
that.
hitting the power cord. You were hitting the power cord.
But I was out here, I hit VATS, and then teleported into the bathroom.
I think it's a little bit curious that I don't think there's ever been a Fallout game where you can smoke.
I think you could smoke in the first one.
You can consume. I thought you could consume cigarettes, but
Maybe
it always
I'm
made it
thinking
seem
of
like
System
you're just
Shock?
eating
No.
them.
I might be thinking of System Shock. There was some 90s game where you could get
Deus
cigarettes,
Ex.
and if
You're
you
thinking of
click,
Deus Ex.
oh, and if you click on them, your health
BioShock?
goes down, and that's it.
BioShock, you could smoke, and they'd even have like a little bit of smoke come out, and it was cool.
Didn't that like increase something?
Yeah, I think it increased your blue stuff, but it decreased your red stuff. Ah.
Yeah, those were. But those
I'm
were
not a doctor, but I
consumables
think it
again.
increases your blue stuff and decreases your red stuff.
According to the Fallout Wiki, at least in Fallout 2, a pack of cigarettes can be smoked, but for little purpose. Doesn't do any stats, just...
It should make you look cool. It should be a perk for like persuasion or something. That'd be really funny.
Oh, you don't agree? Well, how about now?
Oh.
I see your point. I see your point. You
I
make a
take
strong
that back.
point.
What?
I take that back. The following is based on Fallout 2 cut content and has not been confirmed by canon sources.
Oh.
So you're not
You know
sure
what?
if you
Like
can
it.
smoke or not.
The problem is this wiki goes into way too much detail.
Yeah, it's probably
Josh,
like
you're...
it's in the game that they shipped, but it's not turned on or something.
I'm sitting on a disambiguation page on the Fallout Wiki for pack of cigarettes. You might mean pack of cigarettes Fallout 2, pack of cigarettes Fallout 3, or pack of cigarettes Fallout 4.
I hate wikis. I hate fan wikis. I hate them so much.
Really, I love them. I'd love to read fan wikis. I love the fan wank, like the this seems to be a contradiction, but some people have theorized, and then it's like 3 paragraphs of absolute extra canon bullshit trying to untangle a bro. I just love reading that.
Yeah.
It just
Or the
delights
ones
me.
where they don't have like sufficient editors around to like
That's what I hate.
properly make it look like a good wiki. So you've got the occasional
that's
just
terrible.
like breaks out of the neutral voice
the
to go
ads?
like, and then I found
Yeah.
this, but the other guy says this, but that's not true. It's like,
So
oh,
there-
wait a
that's
minute.
terrible.
There are 2 Elder Scrolls wikis. There's one of them that's called like Elder Scrolls Wiki, and there's another one that's called the UESP, or the unofficial Elder Scrolls pages. And
Yeah.
the former is garbage, and the UESP is amazing, and I love
Yes.
it.
When I said I like fan wikis, that's one of the ones I was specifically referring to. UASP is pretty groovy.
And one of the
The
reasons
Homestar
is
And
that
of
Runner
course,
wiki
there's
is great.
Wikipedia.
Homestar
Homestar-
Runner Wiki is perfect.
The Homestar Runner Wikipedia, if I had to choose, like if somebody was going to destroy all wikis except one, I would save Homestar
Yeah.
before I saved Wikipedia itself.
Are you sure? I mean, Wikipedia is pretty fantastic.
Wikipedia is pretty amazing because it's comprehensive. It feels like a wiki that should not be this extensive, and there it is.
You got guts and determination. It's admirable.
And there's
Okay,
that
so
one
this-
Red Letter Media video. You're in over your head.
Going to crap.
Yeah. So this is like he starts telling you to leave, and the game making promises it doesn't intend to keep. It is telegraphing so hard. You're going to talk to this guy. Maybe you're not even going to want to kill him. Maybe there's more to this than you thought. Maybe this isn't just like. Maybe I'm not just here to kill this one
So
guy.
this
Maybe
is just
I
normal. I
Also, he
guess.
doesn't want you to turn around and leave.
Right. Yeah, turning around and leaving is not an option. You have to keep going.
Nice.
Wait, get the comic? Oh, okay, you did.
It's not a comic; it's a manual. Shamus.
I like
it's-
the
they're
name
not
of
right.
that one.
Someone explain to
that
me.
really tickles me.
Do you have to keep the comic in your inventory to get the effects, or do you just
No.
have to find it?
No.
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 You
Oh,
can put
wow.
it in your truck stop or whatever, and it looks
glad
cool
I know
on the
that
little
now.
magazine rack.
Yeah, oh yeah, I make these huge magazine racks and just fill racks and racks of magazines. I love it. That's like my main quest.
Racks.
Oh man, that reminds me, I still need to beat the Grognar thing.
So,
Gee, could we be gearing up for a boss fight?
Kellogg is like, alright, leave, and whatever you do, don't raid my closet with the fat man in it.
Okay, so it's worse than that, Shamus. It's worse because you spent, like, days complaining about this quest on Twitter and, you know...
That's it.
On the
every
diecast
day
and whatnot.
That we hang out, every single time
it was like, oh my god, this guy's so hard, he fucking breaks stealth, he's evil, and I was like, did you
This does not invalidate anything.
Fat man in the room?
It doesn't invalidate anything I have to say. This fight is bullshit, and the fact that you can nuke him out of the game without talking to him is actually even worse. That's actually more offensive to me. It's like what I wanted was a cool conversation, or barring that, a thematically appropriate fight between equals. And what you get instead is skip the conversation and you counter his bullshit cheating with bullshit cheating of your own. Nuking him out of the map is so unsatisfying.
Alright, let me just prepare for my encounter with my wife's killer by sucking down some dirty wastelanders. Now let's do this.
I forgot the radius on that nuke, and so when I first showed up, I was like, suck it! And I just blew it up, and then I blew up, and I was like, oh, I was the one that sucked it.
Really does not know how to handle these laser turrets.
Can you imagine if, like, you're like this stone cold badass, and the last thing, and like you killed this person, and then later their spouse shows up, and the last thing you hear in the world as they point a nuke at the ground is them yelling, "Suck my dick!"
Yes.
Oh my god, that's exactly what happened.
Especially if it's the wife.
Heads up.
Right?
It's just like the last moment. The whole lie of being cool that was your entire life just like vanishes in a moment.
So here's one of the things that bugs me.
Yeah.
Let's talk. He invites you to a conversation. My instinct in a Fallout game where a main bad guy says, "Let's talk," is there is a way out of this without violence. It might not be a savory way, or it might make me compromise my values, but let's talk. Let's see where this goes, because his synths are standing down. But there is no way, no matter what your charisma score, to get out of this. This is a rigged,
it's worse than that. I would
Don't pick an option yet, Josh. Don't pick an option yet.
Yeah. I would accept it if he betrayed you. If he's like, okay, I'll surrender, haha, I got you. Okay, that would be shitty. I would feel like the game developers cheated, but that would not be as bad as what the game is about to do, which is force me to pick the fight. That is the ultimate bullshit here.
Yeah.
I have to. I can't roleplay my character.
There's no stealth option because he knows you're coming.
The worst part about this all is Bethesda clearly wanted to make Kellogg sort of a tragic villain and maybe a little sympathetic. And they put a lot of work into making him a sympathetic villain, but
in 2 hours
it A, doesn't work, B, you don't have the option to do, like, say, Letho in The Witcher 2 and The Witcher 3, the main villain who kills all the kings. You don't have the option to spare this dude or to not fight him.
Before you kill him, think about this. Imagine a version of the story where this Kellogg is a synth, and we actually get the Kellogg brain first and see his backstory, and not only is this Kellogg this doomed character and this tragic character, but we also have to tell him he's not real. Like, that would generate some pathos, right? Like, as opposed to this, where we're forced to blow him up, and we hate this goddamn mission because it's stupid. And then we have to go figure out, oh no, it turns out he was sympathetic and we killed him, oh no. Like, what is even the emotional payoff there? What's the point of that?
It'd also be nice if he was acknowledging the fact that you're holding a fat man and standing 5 feet away from him.
Right?
Yes.
This is gonna look way better when we get the camera looking at us.
Every NPC should mention when you're just kind of holding a fat man pointed at the ground with your finger on the trigger while you're talking.
Maybe he's never seen one. Maybe he doesn't know what this is. Maybe he like locked himself out of the armory and can't get back in and doesn't like understand what the fat man even is. You know, despite the fact that he's 120 years old.
Not only do you have to kill him, but you have to pick a fight with him in the open. Like, you have to just go in and do straight up murder like you're, you know, like you're a face first fighter. You can't
what are we gonna
stealth
say?
him.
It's
Yeah,
totally
what
the
do we
opposite
wanna
of how
say
I play
here?
games. Alright, let's do this.
Does it
Give
matter?
me my son. Say, give me my son.
Give me my son.
Kidnapping psychopath. Give me
That's
my
not
son.
what he said. He said a bunch of other words.
I look great.
Then, huh?
You do look great.
Okay, fine. Your son Sean, great kid.
It's Kellogg
Little older
versus
than you
Chef
may have
Boyardee.
A little older than you may have expected.
But if you're hoping
Oh,
for
you
a
wouldn't want to
happy
tip the
reunion,
plot twist here, Kellogg.
ain't gonna happen, pal. Your boy's not here.
I would have been like, oh, okay, then just tell me where he is, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Tell me.
Jeez, damn it.
Fine. I guess you.
That's very different than the other line that was, tell me where he is.
Where he's safe and comfortable and loved. The place he calls home.
Even
So
here,
does
I didn't want to
Kellogg
kill
think
him.
he's talking about the
God.
10-year-old boy?
I think so.
It's
Safe,
not
comfortable,
true.
and loved.
No,
He-
it can't be. It can't be because Kellogg's the guy
Yeah,
who
it
actually
has to
robbed.
be.
Yeah.
No.
He has
That's
to
not
think
true.
he's talking about a little
can't
kid
be.
because of the way that
Yeah,
he
but
phrased that
Come so
sentence.
far.
Yes.
Is
But Kellogg,
like
he's
he's
the
safe
one
in
that took
How
love.
the
could he
son.
possibly think that?
Believe it or not.
He's
I
the
don't
one that
know, but
literally
it's
took
just
your
how
son
it's
when you were
said.
asleep.
Wasted your time.
I
In another
know,
life,
I know,
you
but
probably would've
still.
been a
Like,
good
none of this
father.
makes any
Uh-oh,
goddamn
the drugs are
sense.
wearing off.
Here,
You,
this.
like right
Terrible
here is where you
reality.
should be able to walk away from the
Just don't get
conversation,
that
but
chance.
it makes you pick
But
the
I
fight
think
here, no
we've
matter
been
what you
talking
pick.
long enough.
I hate this
I don't
so
think, you know,
much.
I don't think the game has
I
established
wouldn't
that Kellogg really knows what's going on here.
So,
I wouldn't even mind one of those like video game delayed fights, like one of the ones where you have the option to spare him, and if you spare him, he just comes back later
Yes.
during an already happening fight scene. Like you're in a
That's
combat
fine.
with
Terrible.
something, and then
Can you
he's
hit
there.
escape
Nope.
and end the conversation?
Yeah, you can walk
Yeah,
away.
I've tried that
That's how-
before, but he's
Yeah, I
still
mean-
he's still gonna fight with you.
Yeah, you
Oh.
still, in order to progress with the main quest, you have to get the stuff in his noggin,
let's hear
and
it.
you
Yeah.
evidently know
Yeah.
that.
All right. So what do we want to say here? Which of these
Because you
awful
read the
I'd
one-liners?
say nothing. Just nuke him.
Yeah, just
No,
nuke him.
yeah,
Go to Vats and nuke him.
Don't dignify this shitty
He's
writing.
grabbing me. Hi, Kellogg.
Goodbye.
Bye, Kellogg.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh Jesus!
It's so
the fucking
beautiful.
The
I
synth is
missed
still
his head
alive.
with that nuke.
I think they.
Wow, that's okay,
teleported
buddy.
in.
It's all gonna be alright. It worked out.
Bastard won't be hurting
Wow.
anyone else. We should take a
You
look
missed
around
his
and
head
get all
probably
the
because it
intel
has
this place
plot
can hide.
required items.
He's totally fine. This is bullshit.
I used
Oh, you got a
Kellogg's
pretty
pistol
decent
for
pistol out of
so long.
Me too. I loved it.
Alright, now let me just grab this shit out of his brain for no particular reason. I'm a collector.
No.
Sure, it's fine.
Nick doesn't even have a comment on that. Like, wait, you're in his head. Ooh, what are you doing? Why would
you
you
just got
do
like you're
that?
staring at Nick with both of your fingers up the guy's nose.
Oh, what's this thing?
And you're like, oh, I'll be damned, I've been doing this with every guy since I got out.
All right, Josh. All right.
Never found anything before.
No, I'm having my fun.
All right. All right, Josh.
You fleshies sure do have weird rituals.
If you didn't want to get taken out, you shouldn't have been garbage.
All right,
Dirty Wastelanders.
That's the really bad stuff, though. That's,
Yeah,
that's,
okay.
That's the
Smell that from
that's
here.
that's
We
the
can be
worst of
positive
everything else.
again.
You guys see that shit is
Yeah.
dropped?
You got to use the terminal.
We're now
look
addicted
at
to alcohol,
this.
guys.
So,
I don't know if you
so for the
you
record,
that
the next
happened.
bit is actually kind of
Science
cool. We have the arrival of the Brotherhood, and that's kind of good.
Yeah, yeah.
Why
That's
would you
actually pretty
spoil that?
impressive.
The way the Brotherhood shows up too is so fucking rad.
Comic book
You're
on the
like,
right, Josh.
Oh, cool.
Yes. Now I can play
I really like the
Pitfall.
magazines and comic books covers. I think
Me
that's
too.
a
I
really
love
great
them.
touch, and I'm glad that they took the time to do that.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
every. This is one of my favorite parts of the game. Every one of them, they're tonally right. They're time period right. They feel like they belong.
They're funny.
They
Like they a
go
lot of them
with
are just
the-
kind of
Yeah. Even the
tone
covers
of this
themselves
week
are
has
funny.
been flitting back and forth between
I
obscene
know.
negativity and obscene positivity.
Why now?
Yeah, everything
spoiler
negative is
warning.
the main plot, and then everything positive is.
He tries to walk in, but nope. Not happening.
I'm sorry, it's just closing. It's closing. I can't stop it.
Ah!
He just gives me the eyeball for just a second, and then, like a professional, he looks away.